Let's talk about the unspoken addiction, racist white America's addiction with black intercourse partners. All right, racists, let's have a chit chat. Why are racist Americans so obsessed with indigenous black intelligence? Real indigenous black people weren't uneducated. They just weren't colonized. However, the true indigenous people have always been the most intelligent on this planet, and that's still the case today. Colonizers invented the IQ test to measure intellect when they have none. Statistically, y'all flopped on your own test.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to my YouTube space. A lot of you are asking me, why am I shooting my videos while I close my eyes as if I'm sleeping? And I have some problem with my eyes because of the light, so I've decided to wear these shades. So I'm sorry if it's inconvenient, but welcome back to the channel. And this is the home of unapologetic truth, the home of black empowerment, and the home of those who know the truth but they refuse to be silent. So I'm going deep on something. We are talking about the obsession of white people having with black people, the obsession of our black bodies, obsession of black intelligence, obsession of our music, our fashion, our way of life, to be precise. And they admire it, they copy it, they steal it, they profit from it. There is a white man here who have come out and speak of the truth about the obsession of white people. He has talked about the obsession of everything that we're gonna tackle here. And at the same time, they try to destroy it. They try to destroy what we are. They try to destroy us in general, but they are obsessed with everything that we have. Now, before I go down into this video, I want you to watch this clip of this white man here speaking the truth. And after watching the video, we'll come here and try to talk about or to comment on about this.
All right, racists, let's take a bath. Today's topic is a special one. Let's talk about the fetishization of filth, specifically racist white American filth. No, I'm not talking about poverty. I'm talking about the strategic embrace of nastiness as cultural supremacy. Because let's be real, they don't hate hygiene. They hate where it came from. They hate that black indigenous people taught them how to be clean, how to smell good, how to honor the body. They'd rather stink than admit it. Before they were stealing children and gold, they were terrified of water, scrubbing their skin raw with wool and ashes. They turned being dirty into a personality. Even today, you have grown men saying that you're not a real man unless you have crack crust in your fucking drawers. They brag about not washing their legs, tweet proudly about not using washcloths, because apparently exfoliation is only for poor people. They raise their children like animals, they're allergic to soap, they're proud of their crust, poor hygiene habits that make raccoons look like they have spa memberships. It's not just laziness, it's cultural. This is a flex to them. Like, look at me, I don't need soap like those other people. Newsflash, those other people, they built hygiene systems when Europe was scared of water. Don't get me started on the deodorant discourse. These are the people who colonize half the planet for spices and they still smell like raw chicken, swass, and entitlement. White hygiene culture, or lack thereof, is not absence of knowledge. It is refusal. Refusal to integrate. Refusal to acknowledge that the people that they called savages were building public bathhouses when their ancestors were afraid that demons were in wells. So let's evolve ourselves and step away from the zoo-scented cologne. Let's walk away from the dirt cult. Let's decolonize our skin and reclaim a fresh scent. Let's end the reign of the mildew monarchs. Let's take the time to actually clean and wash our legs and feet, please. Residual water drip to your lower extremities is not the same as bathing those parts, okay? Being dirty is their rebellion against facts, against history, against reality. All right, racists, let's see what y'all lying about today. Racist America doesn't just manipulate, it marinates in it. Like, they wake up every morning and simply choose to gaslight for breakfast. They lie so much, they forget how to tell the truth even when it's convenient. They will even gaslight themselves in front of you just to avoid accountability. They rewrite history like it's a group chat they don't want screenshots from. They label peaceful protests as threats, but school shooters as troubled kids. They market wars as freedom, prisons as rehab, poverty as a choice, and trauma as character building. It's not confusion. It's choreography. It's propaganda with a Southern accent and a Harvard degree that was clearly given for attendance. They'll look you dead in the face, steal your language, steal your music, steal your culture, and then call you ungrateful for addressing it. They put a flag on your pain, sell it back to you as a documentary, and then give a white man the Oscar for narrating it. And the manipulation doesn't stop at the systems. It's in the vibes. Like they'll steal your rhythm, your slang, your look, your soul, and still act surprised when you don't want to collab. Wearing Jordans and teaching people how to do fades like they were the creators of the faded haircut. It's giving we built nothing, understand nothing, but we'll continue to convince you that we invented everything and that you owe us for the exposure. This country doesn't run on oil, it runs on distortion of facts. It thrives in lies that are rooted in jealousy and envy. It deposes the only true indigenous people of this land by convincing everyone they're from Africa. They use misinformation as the national anthem. They create literature and illustrations of slavery to drive home the illusion of the transatlantic slave trade so that Black people are filled with trauma and pain instead of rage that their land has been stolen. The manipulation is so deep that they created reservations to house stand-in Siberians who arrived from Europe on the same boats as white people to pretend to be indigenous. Manipulated us all to believe that mutated genetics could exist before dominant genetics. I mean, Black people are the only people with dominant genes, mind you. But in America, the facts don't matter. Only the fiction that flatters power does. All right, racists, let's have a chit-chat. Why are racist Americans so obsessed with indigenous Black intelligence? Real indigenous Black people weren't uneducated. They just weren't colonized. However, the true indigenous people have always been the most intelligent on this planet, and that's still the case today. Colonizers invented the IQ test to measure intellect when they have none. Statistically, y'all flopped on your own test. And we all know the IQ test was just the SAT for the plantation. Its job? To measure how well you do at mimicking whiteness. You can't enslave the mind and act surprised when it outgrows you. Why are racist Americans so obsessed with indigenous Black intelligence? No, really! They treat Black intellect like it's a mystery creature. Something to be caught, tested, and explained, but never respected. Meanwhile, these are the same people who couldn't even figure out hygiene without creating every terminal disease that is harmful to humans. True parasitic nature. Let's be honest. IQ tests were never neutral. They were created by white supremacists as kind of like a mental border patrol. They weren't afraid that the indigenous Black people would fall. They were afraid that they would pass and surpass white mediocrity, which they did time and time over and over and over again. Which is why the metrics were tweaked every few decades. Even renamed and rebranded the IQ test as the G factor or the cognitive aptitude test. Another goalpost move by a group of people who still struggle with following a recipe. To be expected, as it's the usual behavior of these envious, hateful reptiles who wish they had the essence of creation. When white delusionalists lose, they create another scam to manufacture superiority. Why are racist Americans obsessed with Black indigenous intelligence? Because they don't understand it and they can't stop needing it. Remember, they invented IQ tests to gatekeep intellect, not to measure it. First tested on immigrants, then weaponized against Black children. Every change in standard creation was always meant to exclude. IQ testing is not about intellect. It's about control. Black people are remembering who built the pyramids, which we know Europeans and their cave-dwelling ancestors are still unable to build basic infrastructure. Yet their low IQ makes them champion some type of Disney belief that they had something to do with the sophistication of the pyramids when they are the stars of the TV shows Hoarders and Intervention. Like, let's be serious with ourselves. The greatest home built by the only white builders, the Amish, it's a square cabin. The literal poster child for limitation. Whiteness is not a benchmark. It's a malfunction. All right, racists, let's talk. Let's talk about the unspoken addiction, racist white America's addiction with Black intercourse partners. The obsession with Black bodies and private parts is one that would make a psycho nervous. White men will repost Jordan Peterson and Tucker Carlson by day, but search Black top dominant by night. The obsession is not rooted in love or lust. It's about control and performance. They don't want connection. They want to borrow your power. They want to fill you with a mediocre experience while they benefit from laying down with a god. They thirst at the idea of releasing just to feel alive again. Because, as divorce rates show, whites will step out on their marriages like it's normal business, especially if the opportunity to have an affair presents itself with a Black person, which promotes being noticed by actual supreme beings. It's not just their attraction. It's manic behavior with a hard-on. They wish to experience what it feels like to be well-endowed and to hold such girth given by the earth. To have the physical body dimensions of God itself, only found in Black women, by the way. They want to feel what it's like to be you for a night, to be desired like you, to move like you, to be in you, and pretend it's still a secret. Shh. It's not exploration, it's exploitation, with a rainbow flag and a burner profile. And white women? They've been trained for their obsession since birth. especially maturing and having first-hand knowledge of what it's like to be raised by incels, beta males, and the poorest examples of men. They were taught to see blackness as taboo, hypersexual, and dangerous, and then handed a phone to scroll thirst traps of black men dancing, sweating, and glowing, only to become obsessed and riddled with envy of the black woman's inherent gift of being the partner of black men. Racists don't want love. They want dopamine. They want adrenaline. They want to say, I've had one. Like black indigenous people are a food group, a dare, a phase. You fantasize about sneaking to link with the world's most desired people. And after you're done, you wipe your mouth, fix your hair, and go right back to brunch with your racist dad like it never happened. You don't see black people as people. You see them as a pause button for your depression. You treat them as if they are a therapist that you can fuck. You think it's a shortcut to an identity you've never earned. But understand this. Black people are not your cure. They're not the rebellion to your racist parents. Not your rehab. Not your exit plan. They are not your goddamn fantasy. They are the mirror that you refuse to look into.
Black people, they want to wear our skin. They want to get inside of our bodies and wear our skin. They want to be us. All of them. They're obsessed with us. It is an obsession. I have so many Mexicans on my post right now angry that I said they can't say the N-word. Why in the world would I be fighting for the right to say a slur for other people? What? They want to be us. They want to be in our skin. They dress like us. They talk like us. They wear our clothes. They listen to our music. They want to use our slurs to describe themselves. They want to be in our skin. They're fighting for the right to be able to imitate us, to copy us like younger siblings, to be able to pretend to be us. This shit is fucking weird. It's not just that they like our shit. It's not just that they like our food and our swag and our style and our music and our culture. It's not that they just like it. It's that they want to be us. They want to wear our skin.
Welcome back. Let me begin with the obsession of black bodies. The obsession with the black body has been going on for centuries. Let's not sugarcoat it. White people have always been fascinated by black bodies, the shape, the strength, the beauty. And during slavery, they used our bodies to build their empires. They didn't just use labor. They studied us, black people. They measured our skulls. They dissected our bones. They examined our muscles like we were animals. The truth is, maybe they were jealous. They envied the strength of black men. They envied the curves of black women. In today, 2025, we have something we call BBLs, lips injection, tanning beds, the filters or the fillers. White women are paying huge amount of money to look like black women. It's obsession. It is obsession. Now, in sports, when you go to NBA, NFL, the Premier League, black bodies everywhere. And guess what? Who owns the teams? They are rich white men. They profit from our strength while pretending they are superior. Even in relationships, we're going to talk about this too. The relationships, many white people don't love black people. They fetishize black people. I know you've come across that word fetish. They want the black experience without the love. They want the black experience without the loyalty. They want the black experience without understanding that comes with black relationship. They don't love you. They love the idea of you. They love what you have. They love the skills you have. They love the beauty you have. They love the experience you have. It is obsession. When you talk about black intelligence, and this is one of the things they don't want you to know this, because they have tried to erase it in schools. They have tried to erase it in the movies, but the real thing is you can't erase the truth. But they don't want you to know this. Black people have always been intelligent. Ancient Egypt, that's black civilization. Timbuktu, black. You use traffic lights today. A black man invented it. You using blood banks. Black man invented it. You using GPS. Black invention. And yet they call us dumb in the media. Why? Because they fear our gene. They fear the genius we have. Look at the universities. Those who are dominating in the engineering sector, medicine sector, IT sector. It is Africans, Americans, Afro-Caribbeans. They are the one dominating these sectors. They watch us every day. They watch what we do. They are obsessed with what we do. They study us, they copy us, and they steal African philosophy and publish it in their documentaries in their universities with the European names on the cover. But the world needs to know this. We are the source as black people. We are the source. They can't create without first taking from us, black people. When you go to music, to be in reality, let's just talk reality. What is America's #1 culture export? It is black music, jazz, rock and roll, hip hop, blues. Who invented rock and roll? It was black people. But who got called the king of rock and roll? Someone by the name Elvis. Somebody, tell me in the comment section. It has been happening for generations. And today, look around. White TikTokers are rapping over trap, the trap beats. White kids are doing drill music. White influencers using African American vernacular English, AVE. They copy everything and make millions doing it. Look at who controls the industry. It is white-owned record labels. You can name it. Warner Music, Sony Music, Universal Music. They profit from African artists. Whenever African artists blow up, Burna Boy, Davido, BN, Sauti Sol, Diamond, all these Wizkid and extra, they are being signed with this white record label, you know? So I will say this. They love our sound, but they don't want to own the system. It is obsession, dressed as a business. But that stops with us. Ownership is the key. Leave alone music. When you go to fashion, once again, black people create the wave. White people profit from it. Cornrows, braids, afros, streetwear, name it. Baggy jeans, gold chains. When black people wore this, it was ghetto. It was termed as ghetto. But now white models wear it on magazines covers and it's suddenly called urban what? Urban chic. Let me check on my book. Urban chic. You see, celebrities wear the Ankara prints, African head wraps, kitenge, the Maasai wear, and acting like they discovered it. Nah, we as black people have been doing this for long. Even high-end designers steal African fabrics and sell them at thousands and thousands of dollars, while African designers remain unknown. White women wear African style and call it boho chic. But when African women wear it, they call it too ethnic. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's not a fashion. It is theft. They don't want our struggle, but they want our style. That's obsession. Leave alone that. Leave alone that. Now, with this internet age, it's worse. TikTok is full of white creators stealing dances from black creators. Black girls creating a dance while white TikTokers are copying it and they're monetizing it. And they get to be on the top of the magazine. Our slang stolen. We have created slangs like on flick. Period. It's giving no cap. White influencers, they take the credit of all this. They get the money and leave the original black creators in dust. They love black culture, but they don't love the people. It's obsession. It's happening in real time. It's happening in real time. It is not just admiration. It is fear mixed with admiration. Because they know that if we ever take the ownership of our culture, then the world will shift. And they can't control it anymore. They love black athletes, but found police department that harm black communities. They love black music, but stay silent on racism. They love black women, beauty. They love the beauty, but disrespect black women on TV and in politics. They are addicted to blackness, but terrified of black power. That is real obsession. But what do we do as black people? Because at the end of everything, we need to have solutions. But the solution of this is ownership. We gotta own our own music. We gotta own our own fashion. Let's own our media, our tech, our businesses. No more begging for acceptance. No more watching white people make billions off our genius while we struggle as black people. It is time to build. It is time to unite as black people. Each black people everywhere in the world, time to unite. Time to stop giving away our greatness for free. And if we build it, they will have no choice but to come to us on our own terms. Even in Africa, Africans, when I talk about Africans, what we're doing as Africans, we are trying to change this. We are trying to not to export our raw materials. We are trying to build our own banks, to build our own things so that we can negotiate on our own terms with our own gold, cobalt, copper, and everything. Let's stop being entertainment for other people. They profit from us. We are just the entertainers. We want to keep it real. And this white man has opened up about it. Yet, we already knew this. We already knew this. They love everything about us, except the fact that we are free thinkers, builders, creators, kings, and queens. The future belongs to black people. The future belongs to us, black people worldwide. It is time to rise. It is time to build. It's time to own everything we create. I'm here trying to educate my Gen Zs and my people and those who are watching these videos. Share this video to everyone you think might watch this video or might love. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's join the movement. Grand rising, kings and queens. I see you on the next one.